Welcome back, everyone. We've got another round 4 race for you tonight. This is going to be Brooke versus Lovebird920. And so this is our final race in the 3-0 category. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. This is going to determine the final person that goes 4-0 and the final person that goes 3-1. We had some really early people in here. Got Andy and Ari lurking around. Azazel the Goat, welcome in. 100 Harmonica Household. Fox Key. Apple Enlightenment, we'll always love to see. Got Brooke dancing. Temple's restreaming, watching hockey. Some Tessies in chat for the start here. We got another. My name is Jeff. Welcome in. Good luck to the runners, indeed. We do have the bet set up here. If you'd like to bet your channel points, see who you think will win. Got about 10 minutes to get those bets in. And now, so I will go ahead and tell you, Brooke does have a, let's see, I think it's a 109.17, a little hard to read the Earthbound font. And then Lovebird has a 107.40. So really, really close times here. I mean, a minute and a half at that level could certainly happen or not, depending on how mean Earthbound decides to be. Both runners are synced up here. Go ahead and grab him the bat on the first go around. And now, either the first time you go through or the last time, I believe, are the best times to get the bat. Tracy in the hallway makes the exit a little bit difficult when you're leaving her room. And so if you go the very final time, she's not in the room to cause a little bit of extra lag. It may only amount to a frame or two. And so we'll see after. Well, they're pretty dang well synced up at this point. So we will see what little bits of movement we have up until we get to the spawns here. K-Fin, welcome in. Thank you all for the Tessies. While we're just here getting started, this is just a reminder that we will have one more race tonight in about an hour and a half after this one. And then we have an asynchronous race, which will be done sometime. And then one more race is waiting to be scheduled, I believe. And so there's just a little bit left of round 4 before we get into the tournament proper. Let's see, anyone else in chat there, if y'all grew up with this game, did Pokey's knock influence the way that you knock on doors when you arrive? Do you have a secret knock? You don't have to tell me if it's secret, right? But how do you knock on doors? Are you as obnoxious as possible like Pokey? Do you have a signature knock so everyone knows who you are when you knock? A lot of thoughts to be had here. We've collected Pokey. I'm assuming we're going to see both runners go above the couch here. Indeed we did. Doorbell once, knock 3 times. I get that. I have a lot of animals, and so doorbells, I took the doorbell off. If somebody needs to get my attention that badly, I'll hear it. Okay, Brooke getting a dog, Lovebird getting a dog and a crow. Brooke getting a crow in the spawn where it can't even touch you at all. Lovebird having to despawn a dog a couple times here. Or I think it's the same dog, I don't think quite got far enough away. And that time it did respawn there. This is 100% tile, so it's always going to be something. Now it's a snake. Could have taken that opportunity to stuttered past it. Yep. Opting to get the crow just stuck, and Brooke has just rocketed all the way to the top here. Let's see what Brooke does here with a pokey pull. She does indeed. And so Buzz spawns in like kind of the center of this like light here on the bottom, I believe. And so Buzz has to touch Pokey before beginning the conversation. So he walks up to his head there. And so the closer you can get Pokey to the meteorite, the better. And Lovebird getting a really good Pokey pull there. We got Buzz here. We're going to see if he turns out to be Buck Bungle tonight or not. See how hard he can hit this Starman Jr. Safety for Sant. Didn't expect anything differently. Starman Jr.'s got 200 HP, so we're looking to have Buzz charge forward and hopefully smash or do some big damage here. Buzz is going to use a shield, and then we'll attack, then use a shield, then attack, so on. It definitely can take 4 full cycles, but sometimes you can get it in 2 attacks. 103, that's enough. We'll see if we get another 103 on the next attack. $89, not quite enough. Ooh, okay, all the kids' damage did matter. Brooke is out of here with 2 cycles. Let's see how well. Ooh, big smash from Buzz on Lovebird's side. Might be the saving here. And a freeze instead of a fire. It's going to save a bit of time. See what else Lovebird gets here. $64, that'll do it. Both runners get 2 cycled on Starman Jr. Starting off pretty strong. There's Starman Jr. Now has a smash attack that does 31 but no longer uses PSI. Oh. Oh, and Brooke gets a big gold. It's a Glad Howard. Okay. Sorry, that one got me. I forgot about that emote. This is a triumph. I'm making a note here. Okay, yeah, I don't remember what the notes are supposed to be there. This is indeed the earn, the run. See how Brooke fares with the zoo. A single snake. I'm certain she takes that after that gold. And Pigpen moves out of her way. Pigpen knows that she needs that hat. Talking to the kid from as far away as possible. Lovebird getting no spawns. Here our runners are going off to the department store. They're going to withdraw $40 and then they're going to buy the bat upgrade and sell their old bat. Okay, Brooke misinputting, unfortunately, going to have to withdraw another $10. Definitely been there. Messing up the menu on the ATM machine is... it feels really bad during a run. Having to open that menu up again and then mash just the perfect amount. And so, T-ball back gives us some more damage. Buying the baseball cap to lose 1 defense, but getting $99, which will get us enough to buy the cheap base, which gives us another 4 defense. And by that I mean 5. 7 to 12 is 5. Now Brooke is starting first Pogo Punk while Lovebird runs down this line, touches the grass. Is going to touch this next 2 patches of grass here. That just prevents you from hitting some spawns here. Okay, Brooke did get a charge forward immediately. We'll see how Lovebird does here. Okay, Lovebird getting beat up here, but does get a smash. That definitely saved this. That easily could have been a death here. I'm fairly certain Brooke did eat the bread roll as well. Here we are all evened up. All these charge forwards we do not like to see from both runners. Lovebird getting a smash out, getting through first. Lovebird just going ahead and eating a hamburger over using the life up here. Okay, Lovebird's got the smash seed going. We'll see if that luck continues. Earthbound loves to be a butt. Starting the Frank fight, we'll see how this goes. Both of our runners used a life up on the way in. You definitely want to start this fight with full HP. If Frank is mean, he kills you. Lovebird mashing out the fatal damage. Using up all of the life ups before moving on to the hamburgers here. Okay, Frank is tearing our runners up right here. Should be pretty close. Okay, Brooke is out. Ooh, Lovebird takes mortal damage, but does live because that final hit took Frank out. We are neck and neck here still. That 5 PP is going to be used for a life up immediately, I am certain. There is a strategy here where Frankie Stein does hit normally about 17, but can hit a strong hit for 35, 37, sometimes 40. If you got between 23 and 25 HP, it's safe to heal on the attack turn. And Brooke getting a fairly quick fight. Definitely lost some time overall. And Lovebird takes the death here at the Frankie Stein, taking a big hit. We hate to see it. Let me look back and see what happened here. Oh, there was a miss and then was trying to bash it out. Didn't want to use up those hamburgers. And then it was a strong hit at the end. I think that Lovebird risked that, but I believe Frankenstein was pretty much one hit away. And Fuzzy Pickles? My name's Jeff. That miss sealed it. That's what I was thinking. Oh, out of burgers. Yes, we did see that first burger eaten in the arcade still. Now, this fight is quite a bit easier when you've got full life ups. We'll see what the strategy goes here for Lovebird. See if we'll see some more burgers. Looks like nope, going straight down to the arcade here. I think you do have a pretty good chance of not getting any spawns if you come down from the right side and you're able to get in. Lovebird taking the safe route around. Brooke taking the fast route and not getting any bonks on the way out of Perkle's office. Lovebird's going to go back in the frame while Brooke is withdrawing her money. $140 is going to be enough to get all the burgers that we hopefully will need for Ant. And hopefully the police afterwards, but we can always come back and buy more. Lovebird taking some big hits. Throwing on auto fight. Another miss. Come on, Ness. You have one job, and it's the hit. And there we go. Okay, Lovebird gets out. We're really just a shop in the way. I don't think we've seen anyone go burgerless yet. It's very risky, especially in a race. But we'll see what Lovebird decides to do here. And what we did see from Book, and I'm sure we'll see it from Lovebird as well, is if you glide off that tree on the way up north, if you walk directly into that door, it tells you that it's locked, and you get a little bit of text. Okay, Brooke is spawning some slugs and some enemies up at the top, so that way she can take each of these slug fights individually, because it treats them as single spawns instead of a group. This is a little bit faster if you get a fast setup, and she did. Going back to try to get some more. This is 4 slugs, 5 slugs, 6 slugs for Brooke here. We'll see if we get a bomb drop. Now, some runners do not like to see the bomb drop because sometimes that means that your RNG is just going to go immediately into the toilet when you run up to Titanic Ant. Brooke did go down to despawn the mice there. Oh, there's so many slugs here. She's already practically done with her slug grind here. There's going to be 9. The slugs are not grouping up because Brooke did a little manipulation at the entrance there to spawn a bunch of enemies at the top. And so the game thinks that the enemies... somebody please explain better than me if you know as well. But the game does not count them as groups if there are too many enemies that are being loaded. And so we can't see them up on top level there. And so these two, I guess there was enemies that did despawn to get these two together. I'm sorry to say, but it is so. Ness missed twice on, like, pretty much the final hit for Frankenstein. Lovebird was going for it and out of burgers. Lovebird's got 4 slugs at the end of this fight here, and Brooke, I believe, is on... This should be 18? Oh, I didn't see that one there. This might be 19. I think she's 3 slugs away. So our runners here are looking for roughly 22 slugs to get to level 8. Lovebird's going to be using a life up here in auto fight, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Unless you cancel it, Ness wants to do a life up below 20 HP or so. It's a little bit slower than doing it outside of combat, just because you miss a turn that you could have killed a slug, but it's definitely better that Ness takes care of himself. Okay, I think Brooke is only 1 or 2 slugs away. Lovebird is on 12. And you see Lovebird doing kind of the typical strat that people do here while Brooke gets level 8. Okay, should be despawning the ones up on the top level here shortly, so these next slugs are going to be grouped up if she doesn't quite get away from them here. Jukes around them, no problem. Just a couple spawns down here. Looks like Brooke's not going to get anything on the right, so this rope climb's going to be pretty free. You can go around these 2 stalagmites here. Lovebird's going to go for the 6-pack, but immediately finds another 4-pack on the way up, so may as well grab them. Okay, one of them was an Antoid. That was unexpected. We've got some good HP here. Do have the 2 hit the ant, and of course it attacked all the turns here. Brooke does not get a butterfly spawn. But she did not use any of second points, so it didn't matter. Now she does have 24 attack, which does mean that these get 1 shot if there is a single one. You don't have to fight them if you run into them. She is going to take some hits here and getting some misses, of course. Okay, so that was a set of 4 black Antoids. That is absolutely brutal for Lovebird here. I'm just going to go ahead and finish smashing them out. Unfortunately here, I believe these ants only give as much experience as a slug does anyway. Dipping into the burgers a little early here. Okay. Ant fires off a magnet, immediately draining 5. I think it was a pretty low roll. Okay, that was a 75, it's better. 235 HP, we've got to make our way through here. Lovebird should be hitting level 8 after this Antoid fight as well, I believe. If I counted those correctly. All these misses, man. Come on, Ness. Okay, Lovebird does get out of that fight while Brooke is also fighting for her life. And Titanic Ant is gone. Brooke's on a pretty good pace here. Now, of course, as we know, Earthbound can Earthbound at any point in time. And Earthbound will Earthbound as it can. So do not fear, it is not over yet. Okay, Lovebird did not get the butterfly spawn either. Gonna have to go either inside or you go over here to the right past the tree and it will respawn the butterfly. Or it looks like you don't even need to go that far actually. Learned that today. I was under the impression you had to go all the way past the tree or touch the tree. The lovebird was going to go for the stutter there, but everything was in a weird spot. Then it ended up moving. Um, Still everything blocking the way, unfortunately. Earthbound giveth and taketh away. Bird is only getting the takeths, though. This is true. There's one more ant here for Lovebird. Does have 24 offense. Lovebird does have that information now for in here, so can just choose to walk into this ant if need be. Okay, there's 2 ants in there, though. Okay, Lovebird is free. Pretty much going into this fight with as many burgers as Brooke has left. Brooke did check her burger count. She's just going to go ahead and fill up before the cops. Lovebird is using PSI. Brooke does a nice amount of damage to Titanic Ant. Taking these 33s already on the strong hits, though. Okay, we did switch back over, it looks like, the 22. And a 93. We like to see that. Get the life up off. And a magnet. We love to see that on a dead turn. Okay, we're really close here. I agree with the burger use here, not just trying to bash it out, because Ant is gonna... Okay, there. Ant's done for Lovebird. Brooke is starting on her cop gauntlet. Cop's already starting out with some crushing, and Ness is missing, and... Okay, Lovebird is on the way back to Onette. Okay, that mortal damage on the hamburger turn is, you know, better than it not being on a hamburger turn. Cop is dodging and doing some big hits still, though. Another crush. Seems like Brooke's intuition of buying more burgers was right on the money here. We're getting some crazy crushes by these cops here. But we get a burger drop. Okay, smashing the second from the end. We'll see how she plays this final cop. Ideally, you want to leave the final cop with as much HP as you want, but of course, the cops don't always go along with that plan. Lovebird is looking to make up some time, going straight to the police station. Let's see, Brooke's got 65 HP. Gonna see a burger here. Correct choice. Okay, 2 grapples in a row. This could be bad. We're gonna see this HP roll all the way down. Okay, another grapple. It does mash out. We're good. Gonna go ahead and eat the next burger for some safety. Another grapple on this rocket. Let's hope this one works. Okay, 81. Captain Strong is defeated for Brooke. Brooke gets out of a net. Sub 29. Lovebird is right on her heels. Got the cop gauntlet front, of course, but we'll see how these fights go. Getting some immediate crushing blows here. We do love to see the going second after using a life up is always good, especially if the cop attacks that turn, so that way you can heal up that extra damage as well. Life up is going to be a full heal for a while now. Now, pretty much the guidelines from cops is, you know, above 52 HP or so, you're pretty safe to bash. Your chance of dying is pretty unlikely. If you're below 52 HP, you should eat a burger. You'll see some people below 55 eat a burger. Either's definitely good. If you're around 25 HP or so, you're going to want to use a life up for sure, for certain. Brooke's going to withdraw 500 bucks while Lovebird goes into Captain Strong. Brooke's setting up the death warp from Happy Village. Lovebird eating a burger here in the first turn. We get a grapple, pretty low roll on a 41 though. See what we got here. Gonna have to bash out the rest of the HP here. We got about 70 to go. And we hit 76 with a smash. Lovebird is out. This little bit of movement right before the Apple Kid's house, I think, is some of my favorite bits of movement in the Boogey percent run. The other one being going down to the preschool. Okay, unassuming local guy, I believe, is what that was that Brooke saw. Peeking around the tree at her. Okay, she's gonna be able to get a butterfly. Gonna be able to go ahead and life up, have a little bit of HP security going into the Fart Cave and Peaceful Rest Valley afterwards. I think that one might have been able to scroll it off the screen if you went into the corner there. But of course, if it didn't work, and then you have to go back and go into the, you know, the transition screen anyway, it doesn't really help. Okay, Brooke almost getting jumped by a UFO. Gonna be hugging the wall up through here, trying to avoid some of these spawn plates if possible. Touching the little tuft of grass that she needs to make sure that the pencil eraser is loaded into the game's memory, so that way it thinks that, you know, we saw it and we know that it's blocking our way. No octopuses in the English version. Octopus Kyle has already made it 4-0. A Lovebird talking to Apple Kid while Brooke gets a phone call from him. Okay, that was a mushroom inside of a sprout. That was interesting. I don't think I've seen them spawn on top of each other like that before. Okay, there's a hippie. A cop and some dogs. Okay, Lovebird getting a clear fart cave. Brooke buying some bread rolls. Trying to buy skip sandwiches, looks like. Gonna go ahead and drop that. Don't want that messing up the inventory management. Okay, Lovebird getting a whole bunch of UFOs spawning up at the top there, but luckily you don't have to worry about any of those. Except for that one. That one we do need to worry about. That one was in the way. So was that one. In the sprout below it. Okay, both of our runners here dealing with some sprouts. We're gonna see a high 5 through the Sprout Cave here. Oh. And there it is. That's an interesting spot for those sprouts there. Peaceful Rest Valley is definitely anything but peaceful with all these UFOs, spinning robos, sprouts, trees. They're all here. Cause as much trouble as possible. So Brooke does have max HP, and there's the butterfly to give her full PP, so Peaceful Rest Valley would be relatively safe for her. Usually we'll get the guaranteed butterfly a bit later. That dog chasing down Lovebird does get away from it. And avoiding the unassuming local guy as well. There's another butterfly for Brooke. We don't need that one. That's just a time loss. And Lovebird just having this one fly right into his face. We like to see that. Gonna go ahead and get this heal up here. A spinning robo. This might be a little dangerous. Yeah, this is gonna move ahead of her here. It should have despawned itself there though. UFO hanging out in its place. There's that guaranteed butterfly. Well, it's not guaranteed. It is pretty low chance it's not there, but... Gonna go ahead and eat a pencil. Ooh. Try to eat the pencil eraser, but then we're gonna eat the skip sandwich and make our way down, but despawning the UFO on the way. Okay, Brooke getting charged down by a snake. Sorry, snake. That second one also wants to fight, but does get stuttered around that. So only one RE point lost so far. Get the Fifi emotes in chat. Okay, bro, going ahead and buying some croissants. 2 croissants. 3 croissants. You never know how Car Painter is going to handle anything that, you know, you might not see anything. And or any lightning reflects by that. I mean, as we see 2 initial spawn tiles for the cultists in this cave here. 3? That one did despawn though. Definitely scary. They can also spawn directly in front of you or directly below you, and I think there is a very low chance that it just spawns on you when you walk in, which is, of course, you can't do anything about it. Talking to the bars here to save those frames. You don't have to wait for it to move all the way over. Your checking distance is quite far away in Earthbound. It's a little hard to gauge. I've still not quite gotten it understood or able to avoid it. There's only 2 snakes in there for Lovebird, so something happened to the third one, but I'm assuming that that does not lose an RE point. A snake gone because the snake is gone, I think is okay. So we did see the call for help. Pro is gone. Okay, pretty high damage on all of them. We are going to have to get this second rocket out here though, and hope we don't see anything crazy happen. Okay, it does hit all 3 of them, so we are out of here. Lovebird getting that directly below you spawn. Your runners here hitting that B button, so that way they get a little bit of a pause, so they have some time to react. This is exactly why Brooke bought those croissants. Ooh, Lovebird getting sniped by some crows. This could be unfortunate. We'll see if we get any stealing or anything. A whole bunch of miss. Okay, immediately steals a hamburger because there's a jerk. We got some bananas. Let's see, what did we see earlier today? There was a 19 banana. Oh, we get a cookie for our troubles, though. Oh, not paying for bananas and eggs. Loses Ari points. Sorry, Brooke. You're already down 2. See how this single cultist fight goes while Lovebird's talking to Paula, making his way back. Gonna start this shack fight. Okay, we do see a call for help. Just gonna go ahead and throw the rockin'. Oh, we see C. The rockin' was a good choice here. Okay, it takes out A. Pretty good damage on B and C. Okay, Lovebird is using the power of Brooke to take out these cultists. We do get this C in. It did not take damage from the first rockin', so it's probably not going to be taken out here. Oh, 97? It does. Okay, Lovebird gets out with a high roll on that third cultist that got called in. Brooke deciding whether she wants to heal or not. Use a skip sandwich here. Joyzall does ask, do you pay full price, Ari? Ari does indeed pay full prices. Go watch the old races. Alright, let's see what Brooke does here. Get a bash on the first turn to kind of feel things out, and we get 1 reflect for 144. See how this next lightning does. It does not hit anyone, unfortunately. We probably will see some life ups here. Okay, it does miss that pain attack though, so the banana didn't really help anything. We'll see. Okay, still doesn't hit anyone, unfortunately. Okay, big smash. Okay, Lovebird got out of the single cultist fight without too much going on, and Brooke does have a kind of slow Carpainter fight, but does end without anything crazy happening. We'll see how Lovebirds go. Now, of course, Carpainter does have one of the few scripted fights in the game. Carpainter is always going to use Crashing Boom, Lightning Attack, and then a Life Up, then a Bash, another Lightning, Shield, a Bash, and then repeat. So we want to bash on the first turn. That way we see how the lightning is going to do, because we don't want to use rockin' immediately if the life up is just going to heal it all away. Get a deflect on 178. Mr. Carpainter is down. The race is getting closer. Now we will see our runners probably dropping their defensive items on nests to make the death warp a little bit better, and then using the key here to get Paula out. Yep, here's the dropping of the items. Using the key. And then once we get Paula, we'll be dropping the teddy bear. Lovebird going around the left side, still getting blocked. Unfortunate. Okay, let's see. Brooke does make her way to the mole. No funny business going on tonight. The mole does spawn up there that gets stuck though. That's pretty rare. I don't think I see that very often. We're going to be seeing using the ATM card and then bashing with Paula, so that way the nest does not hit it with the bat. It'll do way too much damage. But we would like Paula to hit it for 1, so that way it knocks it out of feeling strange. Okay, we immediately see Paula gets knocked out, which is not ideal, but still okay. We need both of the kids to die for the death warp here. So that way we can revive Paula at the hospital with the money that was withdrawn earlier. Using the ATM card is pretty much the only thing you can do here unless you go below 15 HP, at which point you can defend, which Brooke is doing. Being absent-minded and feeling strange. Immediately taking out Paula for Lovebird. We're in a really similar situation for both runners now. The mole is not doing what it needs to do. Brooke does get out. Ooh, Lovebird attacking with Ness accidentally and immediately smashing it for 126, taking it out. We're going to see a respawn of that mole. Mole kill is +1 Ari point. Let's go. And then immediate mortal damage on Ness. Let's go. I would take that. I would be happy with that. Even though that was unfortunate, I would. That was a good death warp. The mole is just messing with you. You take it out, go on to the next mole, and it takes you out immediately. Okay, that Lovebird getting that spawn there on the way to the hospital. I don't think I've ever seen a spawn as I walked back to the hospital. Now, of course, I've only done like, I don't know, 30 runs or something, but that has got to be rare. With Jimothy here, problem with getting +1 Ari points the next run, you have to step on a snick to balance it out. I think Ari would disagree with you there. I'd really love to see I hope there's a document somewhere where that just has like all of the Ari points that have been accumulated, and also the let's see, there's some Andy points in the past too, right? I'm certain other people have some points. For there being a mole, or not a mole, well, there was a mole death. For there being a ant death, and by ant death I mean Frank death, not quite as bad as an ant death. And both runners high-fiving on the way here to Everdreezy. See how Brooke does this here. Your right bus. I think the left bus is slightly faster on the way in, but it's also a lot scarier. Dark Alexander, welcome in. More of a shadow document. Indeed. Not a bus yet, Uko. True. More of a fuzzy pickle avoider. Gonna get this young girl in the back room so we can watch the Runaway 5 show. We saw really ornery moles. Yeah, mole was very, very rude, and Carpainter went, I think 2, or it was 1 full cycle over what Lovebird got. Yep, Lovebird took out the mole. Which I was excited for that one. That smash hit was awesome. So if you got Runaway 5, is this a Runaway 10? Or is it Runaway 6 still? Runaway 12, Runaway 11. Testy time. Ethan RTA, welcome in. Got Brooke versus Lovebird here. The final race of the Swiss matches that is going to determine who goes 4-0 and who goes 3-1 at the end of this. Race is very, very close. And Earthbound has been earthbounding and will continue to earthbound until Earthbound can't earthbound anymore, but I can't imagine that ever happening. Earthbound is going to earthbound. Really good right bust by Brooke. Looked right on that line. Really good right bust by Lord Bird too, right on the line again. An octopus blocks your way. So you got a very loud tour bus here. Thankfully it scares away all the ghosts. Or at least the ghosts decide they can't keep up anyway, whatever is happening here. I would have sworn the game says something about the bus being too loud and that ghosts don't like it though. It's been a long time since I've talked to these NPCs proper. Alright, let's see how the graveyard does. That was pretty laggy. We're getting chased by a jack-o'-lantern. You're gonna see that cross cut through the gravestone there and then coming up above and then going down. It was a good choice going down early because of those ghosts. And whenever they aggro on you, it's really rough to get them off of you just because they can phase through. Okay, this is tough. Okay, do we have a skip sandwich? We do. Brooke does the jukes. She's got the moves. But Lovebird doesn't have the spawns. And is getting out of here a little bit earlier. That trash can is not a real trash can. It is going to join in on the ghost here. We'll see what Brooke chooses to do here. Looks like we're going to get a defend, a freeze. Immediately taking out Paula, but she does get the freeze off. Can't get away and does not kill that ghost with the one hit. Okay, these ghosts are really fast. Okay, does get away. Yeah, this little annoying ghost. Thankfully everything will heal up once we get caught in the zombie jail here. But that definitely was a deciding factor. We'll see how Winters does. I know Brooke has some exciting strats when we get into Winters. We'll see how well those play out for her. And I will try to comment on them as we go. I saw a little bit of practice before the race began. Let's see. Let me just give you some stats here too, because we've got this document here. Lovebird has an average of a 106.56 for the race so far, and Brooke has a 111.41. And of course, it's not PB, but it does kind of tell you how earthbound has been for these runs for our runners here tonight. And not just tonight, but over the 4 weeks that we have been having these Swiss matches. Now, of course, Both runners there with that average is well under the tournament average, which is a 114.42. We got some of our runners' favorite person on screen here, Maxwell here. He very much helps us out with this broken key, and then later gives us a whole batch of keys. Lovebird, go ahead and dropping the broken spray can, which will later be turned into a defense can, or defense spray. Jeff will fix that up and you can sell it for a little bit of money, so that way you can buy some extra rockets or anything you might need to do if you do take a tent death. I believe Brooke will be using hers for something else. And our runner's taking the Holmes hat. Okay, Brooke does drop the broken spray can. I don't think I saw Lovebird equip the items yet. I might have just been blind. It's absolutely possible. Now we do see, as you may have noticed, you go up to go down to the other and then select an item and equip it. It resets your cursor on the first item, and so then it's faster to equip the Holmes hat first and then the pop gun afterwards. I also believe that is only in Earthbound, because in Mother 2 it does not reset your cursor, from what I understand, until you leave the menu, and so it matters less there. And of course, all of these savings are, you know, frames, single inputs in the menu, but every little bit is going to help. Okay, I thought we might see some skip sandwich DX strategies here from Brooke. Brooke is not going to go for him. Going to run to the left here to despawn this crow. Nothing there. Saving a little bit of time over Lovebird as we get our very first Tessie of the night. I did see them pause just for a second there to get Bubble Monkey to catch up to you, because all of the NPCs, this might not be true across the entire game, but you pretty much want to wait, so that way you do not have the cutscene type NPC movement. And let's enjoy some Tessies here. We're going to have a double Tessie here in a second. Okay, that was some really smooth movement by Brooke there, avoiding that photo trigger. I was going to stay quiet for Tessie, but that was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that, like, full scent that way. Oh wow, we've got a full set of Tessies here from 1999. 1990X, even. We got a peanut Tessie, a strawberry Tessie, a mint Tessie, a banana Tessie, and a peak. Tessie peak. Let's see, welcome in everyone, thank you for your Tessies. Embagini. James Spadid. Dap 53, lead ostrich, tax slug makes an appearance. Okay, and so Lovebird did get away from the first. Looks like pretty equal luck on both runners here. I'm gonna go ahead and defend until turn 5. You get 25% chance to run away, and our runners are gonna try to get out of here. Lovebird did get out, and then go ahead and take out the duck. Doesn't take any hits. The second protoplasm should be relatively safe if it does not get skipped. Trying to get this monkey to behave, and it does for Lovebird. We do get this skip. Ooh, Brooke's trying to YOLO it. Does not move to the left from the top just right, and it does move diagonal, unfortunately blocking the skip. We're immediately seeing some big hits here, but eating the egg. Okay, Jeff has done his job. Second protoplasm is down while Lovebird is making the way through the pond cave. The hallway is clear. The second room only has one mouse on it, and he's hugging the hamburger bucket. The hamburger present. Not the bucket. Okay. Having to do these despawns with this mushroom is a bit awkward, but does go for it here. The old greasy bucket of burgers. Well, Brooke takes a mouse and immediate smash. Okay, Bowl Monkey smashes back, getting a little bit of revenge. And final room in Pond Cave for Lovebird. Just gonna have to see how these mushrooms up ahead spawn. Now, I did see the Peen Train Pebble Possum race, so I know very well how this can still go. Getting some Jeff Jank in from Brooke. Unfortunately, that was not just a single mouse, so there was a slug in there. Same thing here. Ooh, does not get the jank here. Gonna take the red swirl. See how this mouse behaves. It does miss. Lovebird getting Dr. On the notes and the donuts. And the donuts immediately running right into Jeff, ready to talk. See if he moves out of the way. Okay, I did see Brooke practicing this right before the stream, and it worked every time she tried it. And so here we've got 1 out of 3. And the donuts. I'm trying to figure out, because I didn't realize that his name was a donuts reference at first. Because I'm trying to figure out how it is supposed to be pronounced. Yeah, I got the buckets of... Oh, okay, getting a guts save from Brooke here, taking out this mouse. In the donuts, yup. Okay, in the donuts, yup. See him in another 12 years. And by that I mean we'll see him here in about a minute, and then also in about an hour and a minute for the next set of runs tonight. The Ethan RTA, Ethan, Temple, going for a new swirl tech, yes indeed. I saw some of that just a little bit ago, and I saw her do it 3 times in a row, and then I'm not sure what was different other than maybe the way that the enemies touched Jeff. It needs to be a little bit lower on his model than they were. There are a couple obstacles here. We've got this run back. Coming out of the ladder could just immediately spawn some flies and all kinds of nasty things. On the way down, could be hiding behind the signpost. You never know. Tent might just be a mega butt. Taking a look at Lovebird here, it looks like we did get a gold winter split as well. Ness takes out the bucket of burgers. Antoid B eats the bucket of burgers. Lovebird does get that B button press coming out, does not trust those flies. Grabbing the teddy bear, much less chance for Jeff getting body turn one. Of course, pretty much anything bad happening on the tent is usually there's a pretty low chance of it happening, but it does absolutely happen. The bird finishing up these skipped sandwiches here, getting that little wiggle on the way. Nothing behind the scoreboard. We've got a dog and a fly and a jack-o'-lantern. Okay, avoiding them all. Starting the boogie tent. 579 HP. We're firing off the big body rocket. Big bottle rocket. 473. Got about 100 HP to go. 65. The bottle rocket did not work. The big bottle Rocky. The big bottle Rockle. Okay. Tent is down for Lovebird. Shooky needs a bucket of burgers. I need something to heal me from my my mumbles speech. Hopefully we've got something in Earthbound for that. And GG's the Lovebird. Looks like we're getting a 108. Very, very close race. Time will be ending as the fly honey enters Lovebird's inventory here. Brooke not taking any chances of this taking longer than it needs to, getting a life up on Jeff. That's GG. Looks like the timer is still going a little bit, but that was a 108.16, I think. Okay, and now Brooke is making her way down as well. Getting some lag. We do have no skip sandwiches remaining. Got some croissants. Okay, nothing behind the sign, just stuff in front. Gonna move around the right here, so hopefully avoid any dogs that could be on the left, and there was one on the left. Brooke made an excellent choice. Defend, big bottle rocket. $540, we have 59 HP. Okay, we're gonna see Paula. Nope. Jeff saves it. Ball rocket does do the final damage. We're gonna get a high 109, I believe. And GG's to both runners. Very, very good runs and very, very close. We saw the differentiator be like, I mean, we saw the Frank death kind of early on for Frankenstein, and it was kind of downhill for Lovebird, but kept getting just a little bit a little bit ahead, a little bit at a time, and then the mole warp really solidified things and evened it out, and then had Winters kind of cause the upset here. Time coming up for Brooke. A 109.57 and a 108.16-ish. So, yeah, incredible runs. I mean, a 110 is an excellent run, and both of these runs are within 6 minutes below the average. So very, very good runs. Thank you all so much. So Brooke will go on into the tournament going 3-1. Lovebird will be going in going 4-0. So see how the tournament matches up. We do have another run coming up here in about 15 minutes, so I'm sure we are going to get ready with that. And so we will see you all shortly. Thank you for the follows. Please stick around for the next race.